Well, we've arrived here in Nelson by bus after spending a night in Vancouver, and it's raining pretty good right now, which is good to see. It's been real dry and lots of forest fires, so the rain is very welcome. And our first night, we're hoping to find a motel. Stopping for a lunch break in somebody's driveway. Hopefully they don't mind. We're having Inca stew, I believe it is.
Stew.
And we just added boiling water to a thermos this morning, and it's ready for us.
And it's really good.
There it is, Pass Creek. exhibition grounds.
Hello.
How's
the riding?
Great.
Yeah, not bad. Good day for it.
Yeah.
It's a bit cooler earlier. That's kind of nice.
You're heading west then?
We are.
Yeah.
Heading to Hope.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You hope you're going to get to Hope.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, exactly.
We've just set up our camp in the Cass Creek Regional Park. And we're just going to pop over to Castlegar, have a look around. And tomorrow we'll pop on the Columbia and Western Rail Trail. And we're going to head to Midway, where we will get onto the Kettle Valley Railway. That's a pretty good overview of our route right there. We've already done this section, Nelson to Castlegar. We're camped just outside of Castlegar, right here. And we're hoping to continue from Brookmere to Hope and end our trip in Hope. That's the plan anyway. So we did our short ride into Castlegar. Mission accomplished. And now we're just gonna go for a walk. This is our campsite here at Pass Creek Fairground. And I have to say I'm really impressed with this facility. It's really clean. The manager seems to be really sharp on the ball. And what a fantastic place this is. Lots of room, no crowding. There's lots of shelters if it was to rain, which I don't think it will, but yeah, we're pretty happy here. Gonna have a good night. Just gonna walk over here and see the river.
Yeah.
This is Pass Creek here we're coming up to. We're about to boil up dinner, but I thought I'd do a walk around on the tent and show some improvements we've made. This is a Big Agnes copper spur, and it's got Velcro attachments here, and we found these super annoying. Every time you go to get in or out, there's a Velcro dot to undo. So I just cut Velcro dots out of mating hook and loop pieces and stuck them to the appropriate side all the way around there. It takes 8 sets of these to do the tent, and so far I'm liking that. The other thing we've done is staked the ends out much farther. We were finding that this tent, the fly didn't really fit very well. It was always hanging too close to the tent. The fly was too close to the tent, and it was baggy. It was all mismatched around the corners, and it didn't have a taut pitch to it, and we didn't like that. So looking at the tent carefully, we thought we could solve the problem by pitching the ends out really far. So if you've got a copper spur, give that a try before you condemn the tent as being poorly designed, which is what I was about to do. It's much more usable if you tie the ends out quite far. Here at the Pass Creek Regional Park, they do provide outlets for charging devices, which is super handy. We're giving the GPS a bit of a boost here. This is the Garmin 710, which we were forced to purchase due to the demise of our 610. So yeah, we only have one battery, so we're grateful for the opportunity to charge that battery up. Dinner tonight is going to be a taco mac and cheese. And that's been soaking since we got here, so a few hours now. It's a recipe from backpackingchef.com. We'll get that boiling and then add the cheese and taco seasoning. Looking forward to dinner. So breakfast this morning is going to be scrambled eggs and polenta with ham. Just going to get that soaking. And it looks like we're going to have an audience of elk here this morning while we have our breakfast. There's quite a herd gathering. Hopefully that shows up in the camera, but there's quite a few animals down there. So it's supposed to be a warm day today, so we're going for a cold lunch. It's going to be a sushi rice bowl. So we're going to add that to the thermos, put in some cold water, and it'll rehydrate as we ride. And in a couple hours we'll have lunch ready to go.
Oh, okay. Scrambled eggs and ham. Breakfast.
Looks like a generous portion of ham anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the whole thing looks like a generous portion.
Yeah.
It's a lot of eggs. Wow.
Wow. What did you do? That is a lot of food there. Okay, I think that's good.
So yesterday we rode from Nelson to Pass Creek Regional Park in Castlegar. We took granite and bluet roads to avoid the highway and joined up with the Pass Creek Road, which took us right to the park. And here we are at the trailhead for the Columbia and Western Rail Trail, which is just, I don't know, 8 or 10 kilometers from the Pass Creek Recreational Park. Or regional park rather. So here we are.
And now we have 43 kilometers of uphill to Farron.
Right.
And then
that might be the end of the day. We'll see.
moisture, eh?
Yeah. And this is the sushi rice bowl we put in the thermos this morning. And who would want to eat that after riding for a few
Yeah.
hours?
It's pretty packed in there. Might be hard to get out. Shoot.
Well, we'll work on that a bit.
Yeah. I think so. Pretty stuck, see?
Yeah. There's 2 cups of water
Yeah,
went in there. Rehydrated that rice nicely.
that it sure did.
Oh yeah, that's that
Crab meat.
yeah, imitation crab meat. We're on a budget here. Well, how were the first few bites?
Yeah, very good. Yeah, big piece of crab meat. Ooh. Mm. Mm. Very good.
It's good to the last drop or something.
Isn't enough in here. It's empty. Already empty.
It really does look cool. Yeah, this one's pretty dark. I might have to walk the bike. We've just come out of the Bulldog Tunnel. Some old foundation here. An outhouse.
It's 912 meters long.
Oh, okay. Wow. Impressive. So we're stopped for the night here at Farron Station, and that's the highest point between Castlegar and Christina Lake. So I'm just going to get dinner soaking. Dinner tonight is going to be red cabbage, beef, and potato. I shredded that potato before dehydrating it. It's already pre-cooked. Interesting rock stacking here at Farron Station. And I think behind this little wall of rocks is going to be a perfect campsite. Antique treasures behind Farron Station.
Here, so you can see it. Oh, it looks good. This is with red cabbage. Oh,
That's
fancy.
a red cabbage from our garden. The potatoes might be from the garden too. I can't remember.
Yeah, probably. Eh? This is pretty full. Why don't we start with that? Huh?
Yeah, it's a pretty good portion again. All right, red cabbage, potatoes, and beef.
I have no problems with the seconds tonight. Eh?
No, I'm told we're making this again. This is one of the few recipes not from backpackingchef.com, and it's turned out wonderfully. I mean, all of his recipes are wonderful, but this one is
I might
made up, actually,
take a bit more fish.
and it's delicious. Breakfast here at Farron Station is going to be a sweet potato porridge with a garnish of homemade granola.
That does not look like a breakfast you get. Looks like a lump.
Pretty critical, given you had your ass in bed while I was making that. Just getting our lunch sorted out today is going to be gazpacho. That's tomatoes from the garden. Just made this batch of gazpacho, and it'll be a bit of a smaller lunch today probably. But we'll throw that in the thermos, a couple of cups of water, few hours later, we'll have gazpacho. I think the thing to do is to add a bit of olive oil when you go to eat the gazpacho, but we didn't bring olive oil, so we'll skip that part.
Got the butter from the ferry.
Yeah. Oh, the vacuum sealer really packed that label onto it. So here's a view of the KVR trail map, Kettle Valley Railway Trail map. And this one is from the bcrailtrails.com society, I believe. And it has a great elevation map here at the bottom. So yesterday we went from Castlegar to Farron, which is an uphill grind, and then today a bit of a sleigh ride down to Christina Lake, and I'm not sure how far beyond Christina Lake we'll go today. There's some camping options around there we might want to explore, and then carrying on west. So here's how that sweet potato porridge turned out. It's been soaking in a little bit of heating.
Whoopee.
It has a bit of a smell of, I don't know if it's cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg, maybe all of the above.
We're getting all
Nice.
liquid this way too.
I think I added a bit of extra liquid. I always do so that we don't have a issue with things burning to the pot. And then we've got our topping of granola.
Oh no, reserve this for the second
Sure.
batch? Okay.
Sure, okay, let's eat.
And there is
So
second.
we're into seconds now. Yeah, this is a popular breakfast, guys. This is, sweet potato mash. Sorry, sweet potato porridge, but it's got apples in there, definitely apples. Those would be our own apples from our own trees, sliced and dehydrated, and yeah, this is delicious. Oh,
Less now, but that's second one.
we're saving the heavier breakfast with eggs and lots of protein for our days that have more uphill, but today's just going to be a sleigh ride down into Christina Lake, so
But this is substantial, though.
yeah, it's turning out great. I think we have to make more of this when we get home. Yum. These little buildings catch my fancy for some reason. I'm not sure why, but this one's maybe a little bigger than the other one. Really cool little structure in any case. And I wanted to mention, before we leave Farron here, that there's no water here. If you're planning on camping here, you'll have to bring some water in. We filled up with water at Kuykendal. I might be pronouncing that wrong, but we filled up there. There's a little creek, and we loaded up with as much water as we can carry, which is something like 6 liters each. Off to Christina Lake.
On the coal dust.
Bit of a section of washboard here. Going quite a while.
And that of John Popoff, mill foreman and sawyer. Small children, married children were born. Miss Popoff helped with their care.
park boundary. Cool. Look in the sun, sunlight. Ooh. Oh.
Between Paulson and Farron in 1924, a bomb placed on board a CPR coach exploded, killing 9 people, including Peter, the lordly Virgin. We read about that above. Spiritual leader of the Duke of Boers, as well as a local politician. A monument stands at kilometer 53 back there, which is 6.3 kilometers east of Paulson Station. This is one of 6 known bombings that occurred on railways in BC. Rough times, man.
Yeah, rough times. Speaking of rough times, I see a grader parked there. I should mention that there's some active logging on Bulldog Mountain right now. And the section between Farron and Paulson, where we are now, was a heavy-duty washboard the whole way, so there's been next to no filming of that. Sorry for the omission if this does make it into a video, but yeah, just too rough and dangerous to try filming. This is more like what we normally ride.
By Lost Lake, that one's section.
We're just about to go under the Paulson Bridge. Really nice section of trail. We're glad to be done with the washboard. Came over this bridge on the bus a couple of days ago en route to Nelson from Vancouver. There goes the bus, Karen. That's the one we took 2 days ago.
That's hilarious.
That is hilarious. There goes the bus. Man, it's hard to see. I like little bits of history. Always makes me wonder about the people that built it and the reasons why. It does end just up there. Just having another look at the downstream end of this conduit. It transitions into a metal pipe that's just surface laid, and it goes as far as I can see down the slope. We're just a few hundred meters farther along the trail, and we've run into another structure. This one doesn't go as far, but it clearly was effective in diverting that creek, which otherwise would have went here. So I'm just making my way down the downslope side of the grade, following the direction that pipe was headed, and I can see more of this structure. Curious how far it goes. I'm curious what it was for. It goes quite a ways. A cross slope, which I find interesting. That's to end here. Up from a little side excursion down the hill to find Karen eating the banana chips, and I noticed that she had put them away before I got here. Eh?
You're not into snacking usually, but you can have as many as you want. Maybe it's time to leave the bike, huh?
Yeah. Bit of debris. Just wandering around the old limestone quarry site behind Fife. I guess that's it for wandering. Back to the bikes. Well, how's the first bite of yours?
Oh, it's good.
Baba Kebab, Hoffman.
Also the imprisoned blogger. I was a subject of a high-profile case in Canada in 2015 in which I beat the government twice in court. And currently I have a constitutional challenge on behalf of all of us funded by the University of Ottawa. If you're interested, please visit theimprisonedblogger.com. You'll hear a crazy story.
We've decided to stay in Christina Lake for the night. We're at the Silver Birch Resort, and they had lots of options for us, but we chose this spot in between two cabins on a ground sheet right by the beach. It's off season here, even though it's like 30 plus degrees today. So we ended up having a larger lunch than we thought. We had kebabs in Christina Lake. We were intending on having gazpacho, which is still in the thermos. We'll have that tomorrow. But for dinner, we're looking for something a little lighter. We're having risotto. We didn't work very hard today, right? It's a downhill slide into Christina Lake from Farron, so we're going to go with risotto with the Parmesan cheese as a garnish. We'll get this soaking now. Looks like mushrooms in there, but we'll find out once it's rehydrated. This is what it looks like when a bicycle camper plays tourist. So here's the risotto. It's smoked cauliflower mushroom risotto.
Pretty deluxe.
Yeah, we're lucky to have cauliflower mushrooms growing on our property.
Oh my goodness, that looks like a lot. Why don't we start with that?
Yeah, the cheese. Don't forget the cheese. One thing I've noticed on these cheese garnishes is I use powder sometimes and grated cheese sometimes, and the vacuum sealer packs the powder so tight it's like concrete, so you have to break it apart, and that's one thing I guess to keep in mind. If you go with grated Parmesan, it's easier to get apart.
I'm keeping some back for the
Yeah.
seconds, huh?
Yeah. Try a bite of that before I shut this thing off.
Oh, that's got a bit of Parmesan. We could have a bit more.
Ah,
Okay.
try a bite.
Okay. Delicious.
Grapes and sausage going in for breakfast. And the sausage in this case is beef flavored to taste like sausage, sausage being too fatty to dehydrate.
Ooh. Yeah.
smells fantastic.
Yeah.
Getting a bit of else here.
Yes. Oh, look at this. Looks like Karen picked up a hitchhiker. Looks like a long-haired hippie in search of a chartreuse microbus.
Pavement.
Pavement!
Wow. Now. Awesome peaches. Best ever.
Grand Forks.
Grand Forks peaches. I might have
apparently we're eating at the Borscht Bowl in Grand Forks, having an early lunch. Our trips are never really about the food, but on the other hand,
Second course.
yeah, the second course, because why wouldn't we? Yeah.
Beautiful, eh? Wow.
So if you're going to pedal uphill right after lunch, make sure you stop for borscht, an oversized pierogi with a side of thick sliced bread and butter. Wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. It's worth it.
This is the second one of these structures we've come across on the KVR, and they're particularly well built. Compound miter is perfect right there, and you can see there's some sealant behind every joint on the railing spindles as well. Really well built, actually, and credit goes to Hayden Moggs. I don't know the man, but
Okay.
certainly impressed with his workmanship. Well done, Hayden.
And video the iron nail man.
Yeah, after I video the wife laying down, which is typical. There's the Iron Man. Railway spikes.
Oh no.
Wonderfully cool air coming out of that. Oh.
These are just the coolest.
Yes. So this looks like some kind of a mine entrance. Gonna have a quick look. Oh yeah, beauty. Too bad about the garbage. I mean, what's wrong with people? Oh, it doesn't go very far at all.
Is there cave drawings?
No cave drawings.
Any good rocks for my rock guide?
No rocks for your rock garden.
Right.
Lots of gold though.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Skulls?
None of those.
No.
Well, we just passed a sign indicating there'd be water here, and that might be true at other times of the year, but we're here in mid-September, mid-September, and there's no water here right now. So we did pack enough water to camp at Ehold. Not sure where we're going to stay for the night. We're just going to look for some appealing spot, and we do have enough water. And as we've said before, it's not just about the food, but and dessert, because why wouldn't we? So this is where we're setting up for the night, just off the trail. We're just outside of Greenwood. We rode into Greenwood, and a local fella directed us to a beautiful spot to camp. We rode out there, and there was a no overnight camping sign, so we decided not to stay there, and turned around and then rode back into Greenwood, had dinner, and now we're gonna set up back here on the trail.
Good morning. It's just a little one, but man.
I was a bit curious. Maybe I should take a photo of him. Oh, see, it's even more cute. I'm gonna open the tent doors now for you. Jeez.
We had planned at staying at Eholt, or around Eholt Station yesterday, but there wasn't a good place to stay. Lots of road noise, and there's some horrific smell on the trail, so we kept riding, and that's why we're in Greenwood. And that's Karen getting up.
Ready to jump out of the tent. Wow.
Always cheerful in the morning,
I'm always cheerful anyway, compared to you.
especially in the morning.
Especially a cheerful character. Oh, okay. Coffee.
Breakfast in Greenwood. It's going to be rice pudding, and I think that's huckleberries in there. We're lucky enough to have a couple of huckleberry bushes right beside the driveway at home, and I think that is huckleberries.
On the road again.
On the road again.
morning coffee in Midway on our way to mile 0.
And the bacon egger.
So we're here at mile 0, the KVR. So we've just completed the Columbia and Western Rail Trail. And with every end is a new beginning, and we're going to start our journey along the KVR towards Hope. Looking forward to that too.